Chamber of Secrets. Having enjoyed tremendous success with the first film in the series, producer David Heyman got everybody on board for the second installment. That included composer John Williams, whose music artfully set the mood for every scene, and production designer Stuart Craig, whose crew built the Great Hall at Hogwarts Academy, the Ministry of Magic, and Malfoy Manor, among other memorable sets. Professor Dumbledore's office proved to be the most elaborate and expensive one of all. It was said to have cost more than any other movie set up to that time. This marked the second time Irish-born Richard Harris played Dumbledore. He was so good and so fixed in all of our minds in that majestic role that it came as a terrible blow when the actor passed away from Hodgkin's disease before the Chamber of Secrets was released. The movie is dedicated to his memory. On a more positive note, this entry in the series introduced audiences to Jason Isaacs as Lucius Malfoy. It was his idea to sport a wig of long blonde locks, which made the character even more distinctive than he already was. Even though he was associated mostly with comedy, returning director Chris Columbus understood that the stories were going to get much darker in tone from one chapter to the next. He told his teammates to start indicating that through their lighting, costuming, and photography. By now, moviegoers were completely won over by the series' three young stars. Daniel Radcliffe was born in 1989. He was almost 13 when this picture was released. Rupert Grint was 1 year older, and Emma Watson was 1 year younger. Petite Shirley Henderson was 35 years old when she first played Moaning Myrtle, but was seen at her ghostly best. I'm a great fan of hers. And the great Alan Rickman was author J.K. Rowling's personal choice to play Severus Snape, so much so that she imparted background information about his character to him that no other cast member knew about. The enormous success of the Harry Potter films made them a magnet for British character actors, even though some of the parts they played were relatively small. That's why you'll recognize so many people in the cast, from Kenneth Branagh to Robert Hardy. Even the voices of Aragog and the Sorting Hat are provided by theater and film veterans of note, Julian Glover and Leslie Phillips. If the voice of Dobby sounds familiar, that's because it's provided by ubiquitous character actor Toby Jones, who returned to the series 8 years later for its two-part finale. Okay, let's turn back the clock. I'd recommend a box of Bertie Bott's beans, but you'd better check the flavor first. The year is 2002, and the film is adapted from the second book in J.K. Rowling's hugely popular series. On behalf of Fathom Entertainment and Warner Brothers, here is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.